Jones?
Last but not least, Congressman Jones, D. New York.
It is hard to go after so many luminaries, my goodness. I am thrilled to be here with my colleagues in the House and in the United States Senate, calling on President Biden to address an urgent issue, the student debt crisis that exists to the tune of $1.7 trillion. 81 million Americans elected Joe Biden President of the United States, and they gave him a mandate to deliver real change and real solutions after 4 years of destruction, failure, and inequality. The $1.7 trillion national student debt crisis is due in part to the fact that wages have remained stagnant for decades, even as the cost of a college education has skyrocketed. And we know in this country that for the vast majority of good-paying jobs, a college education is required. In my district, in Westchester and in Rockland counties, where it is extremely expensive to live, thousands of young people my age and younger have to live at home with their parents or their grandparents because they can't afford to live independently. They can't afford rent or mortgage. That's not their fault. They've done everything that they were supposed to do. And now this president must do what he is supposed to do. We understand that this president knows his ability to use authority under the Higher Education Act to cancel student debt. And in fact, that is obvious because he has used that same authority to pause student loan payments and the accrual of interest. Now he must go further. He must cancel $50,000 in student debt for those who have loans that are federally owned. And of course, as you heard earlier, this is an issue of racial justice. Black and Hispanic people disproportionately bear the brunt of the student debt crisis that I described, but I would also add that this is an issue of LGBTQ plus justice. Members of the LGBTQ community, largely because their families tend to disown them, disproportionately have higher student debt. So this president must do the things that he ran on. He must recognize this moment in which we face overlapping crises, not least of which is that national student debt crisis that many of us have described today. And he must forgive that so that we can liberate an entire generation of young people to meaningfully participate in this economy, create jobs, and finally have an economy that works for everybody, not just the wealthy few and large corporations that tend to take advantage of working people who have borne the brunt of this student debt crisis. And the president, of course, can do this with a stroke of a pen. That is exactly what we here today expect him to do, and that is what the American people expect from him. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mondaire.